Hello, welcome back everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day. My name is Meat, also known as Zane, back with some more Yawg League content. Ooh, and we are getting spicy today. Let me tell you, we are getting spicy. Now, I have Mana Traders is the renting service I use, and they finally were able to get me all the Orcish Bowmasters. We got them, boom, right here. I can't zoom in on them, but they're right here. There we go. Orcish Bowmaster 1, 2, 3, 4. It's awesome. Finally got my hands on all four. And now you might be noticing the list is a little different, a lot of different today. So I just want to go over quickly everything that I've changed for today. This is Claudio's list, or a variation of Claudio's list. Shout out to Claudio. He won the recent challenge, I believe, with a list similar to this. So I'm just going to go over all the differences that are between this list and the list I was playing the other day, the one that I usually play. So with this list, big thing, we only have 5 mana dorks. So we have the 4 Delighted Halfling, and then 1 of Gilded Goose actually. Mainly because Goose is a 0-2 instead of a 0-1. With Orcish Bowmasters being in the format, being a 0-1 is a real liability that we don't really want to run into. Now turn our that does tune down on the explosiveness of Yawgmoth as a whole. Usually, if you with the 7 or 8 mana dorks that the deck had before, you were able to hold up 3 mana for a lot of really strong turn 2 plays with Grist, with endurance, stuff like that. But we're going to have less access to that now with the limited resources. But I think the survivability of the Goose and the Halfling outweigh that a little bit. The lands, we went up to 22. So last time I was on 21. What I've usually ran the entire time I played Yawgmoth was 21, but since we are going down on 1 mana dorks, I think it's correct to go to 22 lands, so I just put in another Blooming Marsh. I also moved around the mana base a little bit, so Claudio was also testing with Pendelhaven, since we have a lot of 1/1s in our deck with the Grist, the Orcish Bowmaster, Young Wolf, Prosperous Innkeeper, a lot of things that can actually just get buffed to a 2/3, and we can actually save them a lot of the times when someone does like a Fire and Ice, or if someone does a Dead Gone. That spell protects against that. So just trying it as a one of. You definitely don't want two where we have 2 Besejus, but that's because it's so versatile, right? Like you can discard it most of the time, and then the second copy you don't really have hands where you get screwed because of that. And then we actually have, let me go over the singletons in the deck. So besides the Gilded Goose, we also have Hapatra, Blood Artist, and Prosperous Innkeeper. In his list, he did not have Innkeeper, but I mean, you've seen through some of my videos that there's a lot of lines where we have Prosperous Innkeeper, and because we have it, we were able to win the game, whereas if we didn't, we would have lost the game. So I'm keeping him in for now. I know he's an X1. He's kind of susceptible to a lot of removal, but I'm going to keep it in for now. We did go down to 1 endurance in the main board, which I don't know how to feel, because I've always been comfortable on 2, but I'm down to 1, down to only 2 Eldritches instead of the usual 3, because we are down on Strangleroot Geist, so we're on 3 Strangleroot Geist instead of 4. Yes, the last list I ran, I actually had 2. This list, Claudio's list runs the full 4. I don't know how to feel about that, so I'm just going to try it with the 3 for now. So I'm basically putting in a keeper for a Strangleroot Geist. And then 1 of Shieldred in the main board instead of in the sideboard. Just because of all the 1 rings running around, maybe we can get a few like game 1s. We can get like Gata moments if we play up against any 1 ring decks. Still full 4 Grist, full 4 Cord, Yawgmoth of course. Orcish Bowmaster is the new addition, very happy to try that. And then I'm also down to 3 Wall of Roots. Now I was thinking before I started recording, I'm like, oh, I could go back to 2 Strangle Roots and then 4 Wall. I think I might like that more, but I'll run it like this for now just to try it. And then sideboard, it is changed up quite a bit. So we have 3 Endurance on the side, 3 Thoughtseize, 2 of the 1 ring. Got the 1 ring now. So this is interesting. So you might be thinking, oh, why not 1 ring in the main board? It's so good, right? Well, apparently, as some people have already tested, some people in the Yawgmoth Discord and some other high-name Yawgmoth players, they've tested the 1 ring main board and it doesn't really feel the best. Like it just doesn't. I mean, it's a great card, right? But it's not the best in every single matchup. So I think it makes sense to have it in the sideboard for games like Rakdos, maybe even for 4-color decks or against like Control. We just bring it in to have to just generate lots of value. So we'll try that out. we got 2 chalices in the sideboard now for the Rhinos matchup. Hopefully we can get there. Hopefully our matchups will be better against Rhinos. We run into them. We got chalices. Fatal Push, Go for the Throat, and Haywire Might as our one-ofs, and then 2 Force of Vigors in the sideboard. So yeah, this is the list that we're going to be trying today. I'm going to record another full league since you guys seem to really enjoy the full league. Thank you everyone for watching, by the way. So yeah, I'll just this is what we're going to run with, and let's see how it goes. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello, welcome back. We are back in our first game here. We lost the die roll, so we're going to be on the draw. We are versus an unknown opponent. They got 60 cards in hand. They're deciding if they want to play first or second. They will probably play first. They did. And let's see what we got. All right. This hand is kind of awkward. We are on the draw. We have 5 lands, a Gilded Goose, and then like nothing else. So we are on the draw here, and we do have a Peat land. And I guess we also technically have a Boseiju if that's relevant in the matchup. So we could definitely ship this hand back. I don't know where we're against though, so I'm just going to keep it and see how it goes. We'll pass it. We'll yield to the turn. They play a tap land and pass it back to us. I'm assuming it's going to be Rhinos. Cool. We always had it. We always had it in our hand. Don't even worry about it. I'm assuming we're against Rhinos, maybe. We'll just play out the Gilded Goose here. We will pass it back to them. So, Gilded Goose is a mana dork that I have not played with, personally, because it's just so awkward that it's like situational mana, right? Because you have to have the food token, and if you don't, then it's just like you just waste a turn making a food, and then you've like the turn that you could use a mana, you don't have it. So I've never played with the Gilded Goose. However, it being a 0/2 is really nice. So we're just trying it out, you know, see how it goes. We can't do anything here, so I'm just gonna yield through the turn. Cord was was an excellent pickup. They're playing Stomping Ground. I'm assuming they're going to play a Ran 6 since they got a Triome, or maybe oh okay no. So I'm thinking it might be Rhinos. They're probably holding up a Fire and Ice, or maybe not. I'm just assuming it's Rhinos because the Misty Rainforest, Rogran Triome. It could also be a 4-color deck, and they're just holding up stuff. We'll just play out the Blooming Marsh here. We will just hold up Cord this turn, I think. Pass it back to our opponent. We could Cord for a Dryad Arbor if needed. We still have that in the deck. Dryad Arbor's still extremely good. Rhinos is actually one of the decks that I did want to play against because of the new setup that we have with the sideboard, and we also have main deck Sheoldred, so that would be a big help here too. They did not cast Fire and Ice. Halfling. Okay, so it's not Rhinos, so they are playing a 4-color deck. So we could Cord for 0 here. They probably have, is this a Plains? Yeah, it is. So they probably have Binding up. Mountain, Forest, Island, Plains. Yeah, so they do have Leyline Binding up, but we do have Boseiju in hand, action card. So that's why I was kind of thinking this hand would be okay to keep. So we could Cord here. I think we are going to Cord for... Yeah, we're going to Cord for 0 here, just to get Dryad Arbor. And this also doesn't waste our food token, so we'll have the mana up for that next turn as well. Just Cord for 0, get the best card in our deck, and the worst card. There it is, the cheating art as well. If they want to cast a Leyline Binding here, I am more than happy with that. Doesn't look like they are. Blooming Marsh again. So I guess we just play out the Blooming Marsh here. Yeah, let's play that out. Oh, I forgot. So something to keep in mind. Blooming Marsh counts as a... Dryad Arbor counts as a land. I just clicked through that without thinking. So I would have played an untapped land here to have Boseiju up, but now we do not have that option. So it's fine still. We'll still play out Yawgmoth. Black. Yawgmoth. have the binding. It's fine if they have the binding. We'll just, I think I will draw cards here if they have the binding. We have so many lands. It's like we're not hurting on mana, right? Yep, binding is fine. They're gonna target our Yawgmoth. We'll just kill their halfling. Wah. Another land, awesome. It's not awesome. And we'll just kill that. Grist. Okay, Grist is a great pickup here. So the Seiju doesn't count planeswalkers, unfortunately. So we can't play Grist and then hold up the Seiju, but we'll still play out Grist next turn, depending on what they do. They might just slam a ring here. Oh, they have no fourth land. Okay, cool. So, so we'll just play out the Twilight Mire. What? Play Grist. Plus. And then we can't do anything this turn. Okay, so both of our Eldritches were next to each other. Interesting. We can't do anything right now, so there's no reason for me to not yield. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 to Fairy. Oh no, Prismatic Ending. Okay. Oh, they don't have blue white. They actually can't cast a Fairy. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Ooh, Yawgmoth is a great pickup here. So let's start off with the Peat land. We will play Yawgmoth. Get in for the damage. Do I want to? No, I think I'll wait until their turn. Solitude, okay. They're gonna exile Yawgmoth. They exiled an Elish Norn. Okay, so if they're doing this now, I have changed my mind. I am going to but then it's gonna give them a land. So it gives them a land, but we save our Yawgmoth. What do I care more about? They are missing land drops. They are elementals. They probably do have the Wonder Ring in hand. Okay, since they are missing land drops here, I'm not going to exile my binding. I'm not going to destroy their binding. That's fine. We will just hold up the Boseiju here. We still have another one in the deck too. Yeah, they did hit their land drop anyway. Which is probably good, because then they would have had 5 mana up. But now they have to spend everything here. The One Ring, that is okay. Yeah, so we can still destroy this. Wait. Then we will Boseiju here. Hopefully they don't grab something untapped. I would hate if they grab like a Plains untapped, because then that'd be scary. They'd be representing like a Solitude Ephemerate. I don't think these decks play Ephemerate. They do not. Okay. And then do I want to draw a card here? I think I do. We'll just pay a life. Or we'll pay this draw card. Wallroot's great. That's a good pickup. Woo! And a Court of Calling. Okay, that's awesome. So, what can we do here? So we'll play out the Swamp. So we have a Chord and an Eldritch. I think we can win here. So we do... Oh, well, we have to wait until their upkeep, because we have Blood Artist and not Zulaport. But I think Blood Artist is ultimately better than Zulaport still. So... we can There's many lines. When you have Eldritch and Chord in hand, there's many lines that you can take. I want to definitely get Blood Artist and Hapatra, because we can't get two. We could get two Undyers. We could draw a bunch of cards. So if we do 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3. I'm just thinking. So we play Wall of Roots, then we do mana 1, 1, 2, 3. We'll have 1 mana up. Sack this, get Hapatra. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chord for 2 up still. Yeah. So we will play out Wall of Roots. They have protection from everything, so no point in attacking here. Place a counter here. We will Eldritch our insect token. Going to get Hapatra. And then we will just pass to our opponent. No reason to do anything until they react. So we'll just wait until they do something. Yep, that's fine. So I'm gonna let them draw the cards. We could have reacted then, but I want them to spend their mana. When you have hands like these, you need to be very reactive to what your opponent is doing. You usually don't always want to be the one pulling the trigger, because you want to give yourself the best opportunity to resolve your cards first. So, because we could chord here, but then that gives them a chance to respond, and then that doesn't put us in the best position. So, I want them to do something first that forces us to react, and then if they have something else, then we can essentially 2-for-1 them, because we're getting two things. We're making them use 2 points of interaction instead of just 1. Looks like they have a bolt here. Oh, nope, no, just kidding. A prismatic ending. Or Omnath. They do something and they decide against it. Like when they tapped the ring, we could have been like, oh, let's go a Bowmaster. But I don't really care about Bowmaster right now. I'd rather have a chord for something else. So Omnath is fine. Do I want to kill it in response to the drawing a card? I think I do, because they haven't played a land for turn. I don't want them to be getting a lot of value off of it. So here, they've spent most of their mana, right? They have 5 cards in hand, so I think I'm going to react now. So we will put a counter here, and we will chord. We have a lot of options as to what we can get. Binding. Ugh. Yeah, so that was not good, but we're still going to be able to kill the Omnath here because we have Wall of Roots. So targeting there, that's going to be fine. We're going to still kill this thing. Always yield. We do have another Boseiju in the deck still. Another Chord of Calling is excellent here. And then we're chording for 2, so we could get like a Bowmaster. Geist, okay. So yeah, this is gonna be fine. That gets exiled. And then chord for 2 is gonna resolve. I think Bowmaster is just probably, yeah. I think it's the best thing. Because we could get Blood Artist, but we really don't want to be exposing our Blood Artist too early, right? So I think we'll just get Bowmasters here to have more bodies for the chord. And then also punish them for drawing a card with Omnath Trigger. Omnath Trigger resolves, and we will ping you again. There we go. They did have a fetch land, so I didn't want them to be gaining the life off of that. Halfling, okay. So, Let's see. We'll play out the Verdant Catacombs. So I think we will play out the Strangleroot Geist first. So we have a few options here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could just Chord now. I think I will. Yeah, it's just, we could get in for a lot of damage here, but I prefer to be drawing cards. 4, 5, 6, 7. Chord again for a Yawgmoth. Like, we could get Shieldred too, but I like Yawgmoth more just because we could refill our hand if they have worst case scenario being like another Leyline Binding. And we won. Okay, nice. We got there on game 1. Let's see. Like, Shieldred's really good, but we don't want to be putting her in the face of danger as well. Like, we want to be if they have a removal spell for her, we don't want to just run her into one. But she's just good to have main board against these types of decks anyways. So, for color, check the good old sideboard guide here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we'll just bring in, with these, when we're against these like value decks, we'll just bring in the Thoughtseizes, we'll bring in the Haywire Might, and then we're going to bring in our own One Ring. We're going to try that out, see how that goes. I think we could also bring in a Force, just because we know that they have the enchantment hate, and they might have more artifact hate post-sideboard. So we'll bring in this. 3 Thoughtseize, 1 Haywire, 2 of the One Ring, and then Force. Let's see. Usually always know what to bring in, but taking out cards is another matter. Let's go. I don't know if they play counterspells or not. We'll take out the Innkeeper because they're a Ren and 6 deck. We'll take out 1 Eldritch, 1 Chord. We'll have to figure out how to like sideboard now with this new setup. So I think we just keep in all of the Bowmasters, right? Just because it's so good. Probably 2 Strangleroot Geists. 1 Young Wolf. Maybe we take out 1 Bowmaster. Like that. No, I mean, if we're going, no. If we're going down on, let's just take out all of the Eldritches. If we're going down on Strangleroot Geists, let's just keep in the Bowmasters. Alright, let's try like this. Maybe we could have taken out Endurance for a Chord. Still can. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do like this. Endurance, we don't really have anything that we care about, right, for Endurance, so we just take that out there. It is a good flash threat, but we do have Bowmasters. Ugh. So this hand would be really good if Dried Arbor wasn't in our hand, but I think we are going to, they're keeping 7, we're going to mull. Ooh, okay, I do like this. So we have Shieldred, Wall of Roots, Chord, double Bowmaster. Ooh. Dang, this is really good. I think we just put back 1 of the Bowmasters. Maybe. We're definitely keeping the 2 lands. Now we could let's put Shieldred back for now, because I think having the versatility with Chord and double Bowmaster is really good. So we'll put back the Shieldred for now. We'll see what they do. Hopefully no Halfling on turn 1. Cool. Another Wall of Roots is great. We'll just play a Blooming Marsh and pass it back to them. I wish I did not get this type of art for the lands because it's a bit confusing to me. I think I just hit, on my trader thing, I just hit whatever, so they just give you whatever they have available. Get a Zagoth. They don't do anything. Ooh, okay, so now we have a few options. We can hold up Bowmasters here if we think they're going to have a Teferi, or we can play out Wall of Roots and then also play out Delighted Halfling to kind of fuel our board for our Chord of Calling. I'm going to assume that they have Teferi, because they didn't play anything on 1, they didn't play anything on 2. So I'm assuming their hand is either like a lot of interaction for 1, or they have Teferi. So we didn't see it in game 1, but I'm just assuming that they're running it. Still nothing. So we will just flash in the Bowmasters here. If they have 1 too, oh well. We have a second one. Deal 1 damage to them. They might have their a Bowmaster of their own. Fetching and response. Do they have a Leyline Binding? Swamp, Forest, Island, Forest, Plains. Yeah, they do have a Leyline Binding, it looks like. They're shocking. Oh, Veil of Summer, okay. Oh, so I have to target, that's right. Okay. That's fine, I'll target myself. I'll take it. Okay, and that's also fine. You want to use 2 pieces for that? I'm okay with that. We have a 1/1. They are still holding up binding mana here. Third Bowmaster, okay. Since we didn't draw a land, I think I want to progress my board more. So let's see. So I could attack with this, or I could not, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can chord for 1. No, I think I'm gonna I'll attack for 1 here. And then we will just play Wall of Roots, and then we'll play out the Halfling. Right. We'll pass it back to them. We could still chord for 0 if need be, but I don't want to. Brand 6, sure. Back a land because they didn't have a land drop, that's fine. Fetching immediately. Getting kind of low on the life there. Getting a Plains. White, black. Prismatic Ending. If they ending, I will chord for 0. Do I need to chord for 0? 1, 2. No, I don't think I do. I'm thinking about how much damage I can kill this next turn, yeah. So yeah, that's fine. Because we have another one, so it's like not the end of the world. And we drew a swamp, perfect. So they already have a swamp, so it doesn't matter that much. But now we can. So we're going to move to combat. Going to attack. Run in 6, run in 6. Do it like that, and then we'll move to blockers. And then we will. Oh, I should have played Wall of Roots before. That was my bad. I miscounted. Alright. That's fine. We'll still play Bowmasters here because we want to get this Ren and 6 off the board. Yeah, I definitely should have played the Wall of Roots before because the wall was free and then I could use the mana. So, misplay on my part. I had too much red in my eyes. I'm like, I need to get this thing off the board, but could have played that better. They shock here, they probably have a Solitude. They do not. One ring. That is totally okay. Got another Bowmaster in hand for that one. So we'll just ping ourselves again, make our orc army token even bigger. And this is great because then now we can hold up Court of Calling without making it look like we're holding up Court of Calling. Because we're gonna be like, oh, we can't attack you. You have protection. There's no way we could attack you. And then we're like, oop, got the cord in my hand. Ooh, Pandalhaven. Pandalhaven, baby. Alright, so here we will tap here. We'll just play out Wall of Roots. And then we will innocently pass the turn. You have protect. There's no way I could attack you, sir. We have protection. I'm not going to attack you. I promise. They lose a life. Oh. And Flash and Bowmaster. Another one. So this is the strength of having 4 Bowmaster. Just having a really strong flash speed threat to punish the One Ring is just so good. And then we can also cord here for 1. So we'll ping them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have cord for 6 here. Because we already used the Wall of Roots mana. Oh, and we're going to deal 4 damage to them. Boom. 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 Now obviously it's not great if they just drew a Veil of Summer, but if they did, oh well, right? Can't always play around everything. Boom, there we go. And we have an 8. We have an 8/8. Oh my god, I just realized. What could they have here? Teferi maybe, then they bounce the Orc Army token. Omnath, that is, I mean, sure, that's a-okay with me. Can we? Wait, do we have another Bowmaster, right? I mean, if they're gonna just take 2 here. If they take 2, I'm just thinking about, oh, they might gain life, right? Because they haven't played a land yet. Man, is there anything I can grab here for 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're just gonna hold it because I'd rather get a Yawgmoth here. Just ping them. We have a 10/10 Orc Army token, very nice. Yeah, they're gonna gain life, that's fine. Not really, but what can you do? Leyline Binding, maybe? Prismatic Ending, ah. Well, that's no fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's fine. I would rather cast my Court of Calling to get a Yawgmoth. Probably holding up a binding here. Overgrown Tomb. Do I think that... Do I think they run counter spells? Because if they do... A bit of an awkward situation. I think we will... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe I can't really attack here. We could, but... We'll shock. That's kind of... I mean, that's showing that we have Court of Calling or something with flash speed, but just in case, I want to have the mana up for next turn. If they fetch here... No, okay. Yeah, they can't really activate the ring unless they have a Veil in hand. Or if they draw a Veil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Solitude. Solitude's fine. We will respond. Get Yawgmoth. They're exiling that one, so we will just sacrifice target. Do I care more about the evoke? I mean, yeah, sure, it's fine. Should have waited until I did something. So they're doing it to our Yawgmoth. Do I care more about Omnath or do I care more about Solitude? Let me think. So I could go. Well, let's start off by targeting here. So this one's here, right? Yeah. So we'll target here, sack there. I'm gonna draw a lot of cards. We have the mana to proliferate. They are fetching right now. Oh, they just want to trigger Omnath, that's fine. Sure. I'll float the mana with the Wall of Roots. I will target there. I will sack my Wall of Roots. Target there. Ooh, another Bowmaster. Okay. It's really good. So I wanted to proliferate, but now that I drew Bowmaster, maybe I don't want to. Ah, man. Do I want to wait? I mean, they're tapped out. If they activate the One Ring, they're going to draw 3. Yeah, they die. So I don't want to cast my Bowmaster right now because I want them to tap the One Ring thinking that they're safe. So I'm going to pay 1 life. We're going to just target here with the Halfling. Oh wait, no, because they're gaining the 4. Dang it, okay. Do I still want to hold up that surprise? Because, like, we have... If we don't, then we have another sack target. Okay, let's just see what we draw here first. Shieldred. Yeah, okay, I think I'm just going to flash in the Bowmasters now. Just so we have something else to sacrifice. And we will just ping the Omnath to kill it. And then we will pay that, sack there, draw a card. Another Yawgmoth. Okay, so good. And then from there, I think we're fine. So they'll gain the life, that's fine. They'll exile our Yawgmoth, we go back to 14. That one dies, and then that one fizzles. Yep. Now if they want to activate the One Ring, they're going to be taking 6 damage. They don't want to, so they're not going to. They have 3 cards in hand. We got a lot of options this turn. Goose. Alright, so... do I want to just attack here? We can attack safely. Yeah, I think I will. So we're going to attack here. Got Pendelhaven. Pendelhaven coming in clutch. So we will just swing in with both of our Bowmasters. Wah, wah. Block opponent. I dare you. Oh. And then we will buff it. They're going to be gaining 2 life, or 1 life. But, like, I don't care. And then I think I care more about Yawgmoth than Shieldred, so I'm going to run out the Shieldred here. They have a dead ring. They can't do anything. Gonna be taking another 2. Actually another 4. They have another Omnath. If they have another Omnath, please, I would love that. They might just have a prismatic ending for 4 here, which is also fine. It looks like a prismatic ending for 4. Because when they do that, tick, 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 that means it's a prismatic ending. That's totally fine. Play a tap land. They do nothing else. They have 2 cards in hand. I think we're pretty good right now. Halfling. So they're going to go down to... They're going to be taking another 2 here, so they'll be going down from 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Thinking, I think we'll just buff here. So we'll just go to combat. We'll attack, and then we'll Pendelhaven again. Pendelhaven beat down. Getting in there. Okay, I can see Pendelhaven now. I kind of like Pendelhaven. So they're gonna go down to 2. Then we'll just play out Yawgmoth, I think. Or do we wanna just play out our other stuff? No, we'll just play out the other stuff actually. Play out Wall of Roots. And then play a Halfling. And play a Goose. And then we'll pass it back. Because I don't want to be sacking my Bowmasters anyway, so just no reason to just round out the Yawgmoth, and we only have 2 things to sack that we don't want to be sacking anyways. Taking another 2. What do you got? You got 3 cards in hand? Hey, there we go. Nice, we got there. Versus the 4-color value deck. So I was taking my time there a bit because, you know, kind of a new list for me to be piloting. And I was thinking about the decision trees of what to be doing with my hordes and with my bowmasters, when to play them, when not to play them. But there you can kind of see highlighted the strengths of the Orcish Bowmasters and the Pendelhaven as well. 2 new inclusions. I mean, we had more of the Bowmasters this time than we did last time. Gilded Goose didn't seem to be too much of an issue when we played it. We kind of just got the value with the mana right away, and then we sacked it in response to removal on the Yawgmoth. So the situation of us not having mana didn't really come up. We didn't draw the rings this game, so we didn't get to use them, but we brought them in just in case. And yeah, we have the Bowmasters felt so strong, especially against these grindy value decks when we can punish them for drawing cards like that. And we had we had a 10/10. Holy moly! I mean, they just used a prismatic ending, but we're much happier with them using one of their removal pieces on a token than one of the creatures we care about. So very cool. Nice. Starting off the league's pretty strong. We'll get into the next game. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, so hands like these are really risky, right? We have 1 land, we have 2 mana dorks, which is good, but if we don't draw the second land, then we're not in a good position. Alright, so I usually never do this, but because we have 2 1 mana dorks, I think we'll keep. And they're also on the mull. If they kept 7, I would have mulled this hand, but they are also mulling. So we'll try it out. And you know what? There's gonna be a land on top of our library anyway, because you know why? Because we always have it. That's why. It looks like they're keeping 6, and they're just deciding what to put back. I really liked the last game. We did quite well against 4-color. Wooded Foothills, immediately fetching land mana dork. Okay, so this could be a number of things. Damn it. Alright, we'll do the same. We will play out a halfling and we'll pass it back to our opponent. It might be the mirror match, it might be another value pile, but we'll see. Windswept Heath. Sylvan Caryatid. Land? Damn it. Alright. It's okay. So, we have options. We can either play a Bowmaster, or we can just play another Halfling. Bowmaster helps with our cord, though we can't necessarily do anything with it right now. I think we'll just play out the other Halfling. Ugh. Yeah, so this is the risk of keeping these 1-land hands, is this exact situation. Though if we do draw a second land, we are in good shape. Sylvan Caryatid is not a card I expected to see. We can't do anything, so I'm just yielding through the turn here. Forest, Sacred Foundry, Sylvan Caryatid. I mean, it's great. I mean, it doesn't get hit by removal. Another halfling. I just have no idea what we're playing against. They're holding up 3 mana here. Oh, okay, finally. So nice. We'll play that. But so we can play Grist and Yawgmoth. I don't want to run out Yawgmoth here because we don't have a lot of things we can do. Like, I don't want to be sacking my mana dorks, right? So I think I'll fetch Shock here. But I think I'm just gonna play out Grist and then the Yawgmoth. And kind of like start getting our fuel out for the Court of Calling. Reprieve. Oh, wow, that's really annoying, but at least we got it out of their hand. We'll play Yawgmoth. We'll pass it back to them. They only have 3 cards in hand. Till the next end step because there's nothing we can do anyways. They're also stuck on land, but they have mana dorks. So if we draw a land next turn, we'll have 5 mana. So we could play, they just drew another land. They're doing a tap, so that makes me think that they don't have much in their hand. They could attack. No, they're not going to. 3 cards, okay. Twilight Mire, excellent pickup, excellent. So we could run out Yawgmoth here. However, I think I want to resolve Grist first and get value with Grist. I want to have kind of grow the board first, so I have more things to cord for. If they have another reprieve, oh well. If we have another reprieve, we can punish them with the Bowmaster. They do not. Then we will just plus here, and then we'll just hold up the Bowmasters. Ooh! We got 2, baby! 1-2. That's what I'm talking about. So now we can actually cord for 2 if we need to, though I don't think we do, because we already have a Bowmaster in our hand. We have Blood Artist, so we're already in a pretty good position. We could technically cord for another Yawgmoth or for a Eladamri's Call. Gonna get a Fury. Deceiver Exarch. What are you talking about? What? Okay. What the hell is happening? Tap or untap? Okay, so they're tapping our mana. I think I'll just flash in the Bowmasters here. Oops. Eric. Bowmaster. So now we'll still hold up cord here for 2 because it's gonna make the 1/1, right? Deceiver Exarch, what the hell is happening? Are we getting Splinter Twinned? Is there a combo here? They only have 2 cards in hand. Legendary Red Spell. Legendary Red Spell. Oh! Kiki Jiki! Wait. Are we dead? They make a copy. Oh, we're dead. Wait, are we? Is there anything we can get here? Oh man, what the hell? Well, we couldn't have played around that because they were tapping our mana, so we couldn't have gotten another Bowmaster. I'm just thinking, I mean, we're probably dead, but I'm just thinking if there's anything we could be getting here for 2 mana. There's Stringleroot Guy, Swallow Roots. Yeah, because they're just gonna make 50 of these, right? And then swing and kill us. Nope, they got it, yeah. Okay. Alright, well, damn. I did not play Modern when this was a combo, but very cool. Interesting. So I definitely, my ass does not have a sideboard guide for this. But let's see. We'll probably just bring in, go for the throat. Deceiver Exarch is 3 mana. Don't think they care about the graveyard. I don't know if they'll have Artifact Hate or not. I'm like thinking, do I preemptively bring in a Haywire Might just in case of Artifact Hate? I think I do. I'll just bring in one. Okay, so, well, they do have things that draw them cards, so I'm still going to keep in the Bowmasters. We'll take out the Innkeeper. We'll take out a Strangleroot Geist, because it's not going to really get through their blockers. I'll take out an Endurance, because I don't think there's anything that Endurance is going to get. Shieldred, we don't really need Shieldred, I don't think. They were scared of Grist. I think I'll just take out... I'll take out one Grist and... Ooh, wait, the Eldritch. Eldritch is really bad with Reprieve. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna take out the Eldritches, because I have a feeling they'll have more of those Reprieves, or they'll have more things like that. We'll just go with this. Go for the throw, Fatal Push, Haywire Might just in case, and then 3 Thoughtseize. See how it goes. Yeah, if they're Deceiver Exarch, they were smart to tap our land there, because if they didn't, then we could have flashed in the thing, and then we could have flashed in the Bowmasters and then cored for another Bowmasters to kill their Kiki Jiki. So this hand's a little slow, and we actually don't have the black mana to cast Yawgmoth. Hmm. We do have a go for the throat. I think we'll try it. A little slow, but we could, if we really need the black mana, we can cord for a mana dork. We'll fetch for a. They're mulling to 6, which is good for us. So yeah, I'm just treating this as if it were a combo deck, so we kind of just want to outrace them. We will start out with, it makes it a little hard because we did take out Eldritches, but I wanted to take them out just in case they have counter magic or if they have Reprieve. So if we go for a Eldritch on anything that's not a Strangleroot Geist, it's just so bad. So we will try, and the uncounterability does not matter, unfortunately. Play that, pass it back to them. Halfling is really bad, but can't do much. We'll just get Overgrown Tomb. Haywire Might. I mean, that's a 1 mana thing to play with Wall of Roots, so we'll try it. Wall of Roots will play out Haywire Might. Kind of make our cord better for next turn. They're definitely holding up mana here for a Reprieve or something. Land? Oh, not that kind of land. Hmm. Cord for 2. I think we'll just pass here, unfortunately. Okay. They don't have white mana. Oh, okay. No. Excuse my French. Now they have white mana. The One Ring. Oh, I mean, they're playing it into Haywire Might? Okay, interesting. So we can cord here for 2. But I really want a mana dork that produces black mana for Yawgmoth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's fine. Step. We will cord. a halfling. Didn't actually have to use the mana there from Wall of Roots, but it's fine. Quest is interesting. They have protection from everything, so we will just do this. Play Yawgmoth. I really want to draw black mana here. Just pass the turn. Just be reactive to what they're doing. They'll get to draw cards here, but can't really do much against that. That's fine. We could have played the other Boseiju and then used the Haywire Might to exile the ring. Maybe that was better. But I kind of wanted to... I don't know. Very weird game. I've never played against this type of... this combo before. Utopia Sprawl, sure. Red. Another ring? Oh, Omnath. They did not play a land for turn. God, I wish I had a Bowmaster here. But yes, that is fine. Blech. I mean, we can't stop this. We'll only take it down to 3. Not looking very good. What the hell is this? Cast off, destroy all non-giant creatures, so they're wiping their own board? Okay. That's really not good for us, but we'll just exile the ring. They get to draw 2, but we can't stop that. And then response will just... We already used the mana there, so we'll just start sacking our board, because everything's gonna die anyways. Guide Arbor, excellent. Just kidding. Okay, land. That actually does something. They don't have anything else, thankfully, and then we can slam a Grist. Cool, now we're drawing our lands. I will just fetch for a basic, I think. Just get a... Let's get a swamp here. Then Grist, and then we can start plussing for the value. Oh, the Blood Artist. It's not the best, but it's fine. They have 5 mana. What is this thing? Is it just vanilla? Vigilance. Okay. That's fine. As long as it doesn't have trample, it's fine. They're fetching right away. I did not expect this deck to have the 1 ring in it. Or else I would have kept Endurance in so we could shuffle our Haywire Might back. Playing another Utopia Sprawl. Blue, red, white, prismatic ending. Hope not. Or Teferi. Yeah, Teferi. They bounce the insect. Oh, and they plussed. Thoughtseize. So if I go Thoughtseize here, then I just can't play Yawgmoth. But I could get Teferi off the board, which I think I care about more. And it's not like I have that much to sack with Yawgmoth anyway. So we'll start off with a Thoughtseize, see what they have going on in their hand. Ugh. Well, they can't flash in the Exarch because they don't have blue mana. I think I'll just take the Eldomri's Call. Then, let's see. Just play out Verdant and then down tick, take out Teferi. Oh, I should have attacked first, but damn, it's fine. Attack there, target there. Getting too ahead of myself. I'm also trying to play faster. Sorry about that. Halfling Exarch, and we have the instant speed interaction if they just drew the Kiki. Okay, so they drew a land. It's fine. They'll just fetch at the end step here for another Overgrown Tomb. Twilight Mire. We'll start with the plus here. Urborg. Oh, I should have. God damn it! I'm making a lot of misplays. I apologize. I said that I wanted to play Guide Arbor. Now I don't think I can even. If they just draw Kiki, I don't think I can. I mean, they won't have it, right? It's fine. Just play Yawgmoth. Okay. Oh, if they flashed in the Exarch, then we were in trouble, but they didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Prismatic Ending. Prismatic Ending is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Oh no, are they just playing their Realm Cloaked? That's fine. So I have a Deceiver, Exarch, Mystery card in hand. Chord, excellent. Okay, so we'll play Dryad Arbor this time, like I wanted to. And then do we just chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Could get a Hapatra. I think I like that. I think I'm just gonna chord for Hapatra first. 2, 3, 4. Chord for 2. Hapatra. Let's just then sacrifice deck token, target the giant. And we will just sack there, make a snake token. Play out Young Wolf. Yeah. Wing. Now we're in a commanding position. We don't have Blood Artist in our deck anymore because we milled it over with the Grist, but I'm still very happy with the position that we're in. Yep. Resolves. We can still deal a lot of damage when we get up to Grist Ultimate. Oh, and Bowmasters is excellent here. We'll just plus here. Gilded Goose, that's fine. We cannot deal any damage, so we'll just pass the turn. It's fine. A flash in the Deceiver Exarch here. Yep. Oh, untap the ring. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I'm still not going to flash it in here because they have protection. I want to punish them. So they are going to take 2 here, down to 12. Five cards in hand, pretty scary. Now we will flash in the Bowmasters. Target them. 3 3 damage. Bop, bop, and bop. 1, 2, 3. I could be sacking here with my Yawgmoth to draw with the Orc army, but I want it to be big. We can actually win next turn. If our Grist lives. Teferi is fine. If they bounce the ring, replay the ring, I do not care, because Grist goes through the ring. They're bouncing Yawgmoth, so we do have to kill the Deceiver Exarch here. We also get to deal another damage to them with the Bowmaster. I also do need to proliferate. Oh, but now that we drew another Bowmaster, do I need to? Oh yeah, that makes it a bit awkward. Well, not that much. So my line here is double proliferate, make Grist go up to 4, and then I would play Yawgmoth proliferate again, and then just ultimate. Oh, I can't play Bowmaster because Teferi. Doi. That's fine. I want to see what they do. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll just take out the Teferi with this Bowmaster, so that we have the instant speed again. We still have go for the throw. We still have another Bowmaster in hand. Chalk down to 6, so this makes me think that they drew another ring. Deceiver Exarch, okay. Sure. So yeah, slam Kiki Jiki. They have no mana, right? Hey, okay. Oh, a little bit of a scary game, but we managed to get there. So, seeing that they are a ring deck, they did not play that many counterspells from what I saw. We could put back in the Eldritches. Grist seems to be really strong against them. Just put up a board. I think maybe I do want the first Endurance. Keeper as well. Oh, now that now that I know that they have the ring, I'm bringing Shieldred. So I didn't see it at all in game 1. We'll take out a Grist for it. I think we'll run it back as is. Okay, this is a solid hand. So this hand we have 4 lands, but we have a Young Wolf, a Halfling, a Yawgmoth. They're going to 6. We will keep our 7. Go to 5. Okay. Looks like they're keeping their 5. Hopefully it's not a very fast combo. Oh my god. They have the Halfling, but we have the Halfling too, so it's okay. I will allow it. Another Peat land. We'll play out our own Halfling. Hopefully no Teferi. That'd be a little bit annoying. Okay, looks like they... Oh, Utopia Sprawl. They don't have another land. Wall of Roots would be great here. You always have it. Um, let's play up the Pendelhaven. I think I'm gonna get in for the cheeky 1 damage. Ain't no way you're blocking this. Oh my, they blocked it. What if I had a Bowmaster there? You just get blown out. Wall of Roots. A Young Wolf. Alright, we're in a really good position. Next turn. What was that board wipe? Oh my, I need to look up that board wipe. I see how much mana it is. Cast off. It's 5 mana, okay. It's 5 mana double white. Okay. They have 2 cards in hand. This makes me think that they have a... They probably have a remand, or not the reprieve, but can't really play around that. Black, green, black, black, doggy. We'll buff it. I think I will take out the halfling here, just because they're so strapped on mana. Bowmasters is really good, but we can't really play it. Target our young wolf, sacrifice the halfling. We'll just take out the halfling. Pass it back to the opponent. Eladamri's Call. Ah, well they need a second white source for that. They did not have it, okay. Don't have a cord here. I think we'll start off by playing the Stranglerootgeist, and we will just start drawing cards. So hopefully we can hit a cord. It looks like they don't have anything because they yielded through the turn, or at least it looks like it. Shieldred. Come on, we got it. The 22 lands. The 22 lands. Ugh. Still nothing? 13 cards in my hand. Okay, they can see. Thank you, opponent. We technically didn't have it, but I was gonna continue to dig. Let me see if we would have drawn it. Draw. Gilded Goose. Ooh. Yawgmoth. Another Beseju. Dragleroot. Yawgmoth. Oh my god, we were gonna brick. Thoughtseize. Oh! See, this is why you don't early concede. Maybe I just don't have it. I wouldn't have had it. I would not have had it. Yeah, so interesting. They did early concede. So I probably would have stopped at a certain point. Like after drawing the second Yawgmoth, I probably would have just stopped and then played out like just the other young wolf and then passed the turn. because at that point we're just like hurting ourselves for no reason when we're already in a commanding board state. I just kind of wanted to see if I close out the game there because I was scared of the cast off, but they didn't have the second white source for it, so I managed to get there. Very nice. Did not expect to be facing this matchup, but seems like everyone's just throwing the ring in any shell nowadays. But it was pretty interesting. A nice wake up call to be more vigilant against the rogue type decks, as they can just win out of anywhere, even the old ones. Because I know this is like an old deck, right, with the Deceiver, Exarch, Kiki. But yeah, well, let's go into the next game. I'll see you guys in a sec. Hello, welcome back. We're back at it again at game 3 here. We won the die roll this time. Would you like to play first? Yes, sir. Always. Ooh. Okay, this is an interesting hand. We don't have a fast grist, but I mean we have Pendelhaven, we have Twilight Mire, we have a Bowmaster, we have 1, 2, 3. I think it's a good curve. We're gonna keep it. We don't know what our opponent is playing. They are 60 cards, no companion. Companions have kind of gone down recently. I haven't been seeing too many companion decks. What do you guys think about companions? They mold to 6. I think they are quite broken, even with the nerf. Just a kind of a free card. Alright, so they went to 6. We will start off by playing a Pendelhaven and a Yawgmoth and pass it back to them. Pendelhaven kind of shows that, because we're not going to add Dwarven Mine. Creativity? Ooh, double Bowmaster. We're not going to attack, and we're not going to activate it with Yawgmoth, so it kind of shows that we're holding up something. But I think that's fine. Holding Tarn, fetch, probably getting Ren in 6. It might be creativity. Not creativity. Oh! Wait. May, right? Wait, we're gonna flash it in. Bowmasters, get in there. Are you gonna discard the card? You still gonna draw the 2 cards? Let me see it. Oh! 1, 2. Very nice. Alrighty. So... And a Chord of Calling. Damn. Alright, so this is really good. So, we have options here. So Grist is if they're gonna reanimate the Archon of Cruelty... Oh, this is actually very bad. Because they're gonna reanimate if they have the Persist, they can reanimate Archon, give it haste, and then we are in a world of hurt. So we can only Chord here for 3. We're gonna take him down 3, 4, 5. Take him down to 8. We do have Beseju, so we can hold up if we can take out the Bitter Reunion if they do. Oh wait. No, we could wait for Endurance. Let's just pass the turn. This is so obvious. It's so obvious we have the Chord here, but I think I like doing this. If they go for the Persist, I'm just going to go for the Endurance. Because I was thinking what we could also do is hold up Beseju. Yeah, so we're going to Chord here. We could also Beseju, right? If we hold up the mana for it, and then they can't give it haste at least. But I like just holding up the Chord here for 3. Endurance. Boom. Get that Archon out of here. Get out of my face. And the Conceit. Look at that. Endurance. Putting in the work. Let's start sideboarding. So yeah, even though the play was obvious there, it looks like their hand wasn't that good. That's probably why they kept that hand. Like if they discarded and drew into the Orcish Bowmasters, that tells me that their hand wasn't that good, and they needed to do that because that was their only play to make. So yeah, we held up. Not attacking there was a big red flag that we had a Chord of Calling, but it looks like they couldn't play around it really. So we gotta punish them. Gotta punish them for doing that. So this looks like this is creativity, but the reanimate version. So it's a little tricky to sideboard for this matchup because sometimes they will just take out the reanimation package, so people will bring in the graveyard hate, and they'll be like, oh, well, if you're gonna bring in the graveyard hate, I'm gonna take out my reanimation stuff. I think we still just bring in the endurance though, because we don't know if they're going to. But we will bring in Haywire Might. We'll bring in 3 Thought Seizes. I didn't. We only saw 2 colors of mana, so we don't know if they're on Leyline Binding. I'm assuming they're not, but it could still be good to just bring in 1 force. And then I think I want to bring in just 1 extra endurance here. I might want to bring in a Go for the Throat, and I might want to bring in Fatal Push. Ooh, maybe the 1 ring. Maybe the 1 ring would be good here. I think we're gonna try it. Let's try it. We'll try the 1 ring instead of the force. Let's try the 2 1 rings. So we are going to take out. Normally in this position, I would just cut out my ignobles, but we don't have those. So we will take out 1 wolf. We'll take out 1 cord. Innkeeper, not that great. Sheoldred is also like not the best here. Take out. So we have 2 endurance. Thoughts to me is to make 3 cuts. 1 grist. 1 wall. 1 strangleroot. Let's run it back. They're mulling to 6. This hand is kind of slow, but I think we are going to try it because they mull to 6. If we draw a land, we're good. If we draw anything that's 1 mana, we're good. If we draw a wall of roots, we're good. So let's just try it out. Okay, so that's representing a lightning bolt. Ooh, Gilded Goose. Do I want to run it into a lightning bolt? Not really. I mean, yeah, that just screams that they have the lightning bolt. So I'm going to not play into that. Just play out the tap land, pass it back. We can't do anything quite yet, so we'll just yield until end of turn. We'll fetch. Get this tapped. If we draw a wall of roots here, I will play out the bird. Oh, Catacombs is really good. We could play Geist, but I think I value the Bowmasters more, so I'm going to pass that funky turn. Play Jew, 1, 2, 3, Fable. That is perfectly fine. A little bit awkward. I am going to flash in Bowmasters here. Ping them. I don't really like that they're going to make a treasure here. We have a couple options. We could play Grist. We could play Strangleroot and Birds. I think I like playing Strangleroot and Bird here. So we will just play out Strangleroot, play out Bird. And then we will just pass the turn. Holding up a cord for 1. Actually we're not, because we have double black. They're bolting in response. Yep, I figured that they had that. Though that means that they only have double veil. Oh jeez. Alright, so there goes their sideboard cards. Yeah, I'm happy with them bolting the Bowmaster over the Goose there. We hold up our mana. I'm 100% blocking this. Block there. Tap land. Ooh, that hurts for them. Dryad Arbor. So again, we have options, right? We could hold up cord. I think I want to get Yawgmoth out here. So I should have actually not played the Dried Arbor there. I should have waited. Solves. It doesn't matter if I hold back my Orc for Cord because we don't have the green to do it, so we'll just attack with it. Pass it back to them. Now they could Creativity here for 1. I'm okay with that. Bitter Reunion. I'm kind of less okay with that. So I'm scared of them giving this thing haste, but I'm gonna let it happen first. I'm gonna see what they discard on Archon. They do have the mana to persist, but if we do, but they have to spend the black mana there. So they can give it haste, but they have to spend the mana to do it. Oh jeez, it's kind of awkward. They haven't played a land for turn. Yeah, so I think we need to kill the selection here, and I want to still have. So they're gonna get 2 triggers, right? So they're gonna go 6, 3. So we're gonna take 12 here. Eek. So yeah, we need to be careful. Can we take this out though, while saving our Yawg? I think we can. So we'll target there. We will. We'll sack here. Target the. Yeah. We draw an Endurance. That'd be best case scenario. Sack here. Target there. Did not. Just get rid of the Gilded Goose. Yeah, we can at least sacrifice our Strangleroot. Twice. I want to preserve my life total here. Oh, are we just dead? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, we're fine. Yeah, that's fine. We will sack here, like that. Gonna be taking a lot of damage. Yep. Yep. Sack there. Just get rid of second Yawgmoth. Okay. Where were you? Ah. That would have been helpful. So, are we dead? So we can Cord for 2. 2, 1, 2. I mean, we play Grist and then we down tick. But then we're not in a really good position. I'm just thinking about what else could we do here. So we can Cord for 2. If we play Strangleroot, guys, we Cord for 1. We already played our land for turn. 1, 2. Then we have 1, 2. Wait, did we play our land? No, yeah, we did. 1, 2, that, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Cord for 1 gets us another Young Wolf, but that doesn't really get us out because we can't play anything else. I think we just have to play the Grist here, and then sacrifice our Yawgmoth. we just have to hope that they don't have another creativity, or hope that they don't have a creativity or anything else, but it's quite unlikely. Yeah, our Grixis is going to die if they get a Dwarven Mind token, but we were just dead anyways. They're just gonna bolt us, huh? Yep. Okay. Okay, so they still have the persist plan in, so I think then I'm just gonna bring in another endurance, and then I will. Go down on a Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is just so good against them because there's so much. No, I'll just go down on a Thoughtseize. Let's just run it back like this. Play first, yes. Oh, so yeah, we cannot keep this. We'll mulligan. Down to 6. They start with 7. That's not good, but this hand is really good. So it does need some help. We'll keep. We'll put back the Yawgmoth. Leyline. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's gonna make things a little harder. I believe we still have one force in, right? Oh, we don't. Oh man. Okay. Definitely should have brought in a force. That was my bad. Just play out the halfling and pass it back. Hopefully they don't have a bolt. It looks like they do since they're shocking. Might have a Thoughtseize as well. It'll push. It's just as bad. Alright, well, this hand is not good anymore. Okay, so that helps us out a little bit. We'll play a Yawgmoth, pass it back. We can remove the leyline because we do have the might. If they go, okay, they don't have it. Bowmasters is really nice here. We will just do this. Do I want to hold up cord for 1? I want to get in. I want to cast Bowmasters here, so I think I'm just gonna attack for 1. Fetching. Triome. That's the first time we've seen a Triome from them. Forest, Island, Mountain. So they do have blue mana of some sort. Fetching immediately. Forest. Fable. Fable is good. Little awkward. Leyline makes it awkward because I could cord here for 0, get Dried Arbor, untap, play Yawgmoth. But then we can't play out anything else. We can't. I mean, we could kill their Goblin Shaman. But we have to sacrifice our land to do it. Ugh. But we do draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think I don't want to give them the mana acceleration, so I think we will be cording here for the 0. Dried Arbor. Okay, land is good. We will just run out Yawgmoth. Start drawing cards. We'll sacrifice the Dried Arbor. Sacrifice the Yawgmoth. Another Yawgmoth is great. We will just shock in the halfling, just in case. They have to discard here. I mean, if they have persist and the Archon in hand, oh well. Couldn't really do anything about that anyways. Emrakul. Okay, well, okay, we don't have to worry about their graveyard anymore. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Um, so Ren and 6 doesn't really do anything. I don't want to be exposing my Yawgmoth to a bolt, so I don't want to swing in with it, but I will swing in. I will swing in with the Halfling at the Ren and 6. And then I think we will just pass the turn. We'll just hold our Orcish Bowmaster's instant speed if they want to do anything. Okay, excellent. So we will now flash in Bowmaster. We will target that. Pings it. Then we will sacrifice the Orc Army token. Killed it. Okay. Deal 1 damage, that's fine. We will pay a life. Kill your thing. And we are in a really good position now. I think now I will sack to draw a card with the peatland here. Another Yawgmoth. I mean, it's great, but I'd rather have anything else. Jesus. We already got rid of Dried Arbor, so no point in playing that. So I'll just play out the other peatland. We'll go to combat. We'll attack the Ren 6 there and at them, my Halfling. And then we will play out the Wall of Roots. We'll pass it back to them. We're also holding up Proliferate here, so if they want to play something else, it's not really going to work. They're just passing immediately. That's good for us. We will draw another card here. Blood Artist kind of not the greatest into the leyline. Gilded Goose is okay. We'll play out the Catacombs. I want to hold up double Proliferate, and I don't want to play out Blood Artist into nothing into a bolt when it doesn't really matter. So we will just go to combat, just swing in like this. And then we will pass the turn. They said waiting to pay costs, and then they didn't do anything. It's interesting. I will fetch here to just thin the deck. Just get this tapped. Gosh. Okay. We will go to combat. We will swing in here for another 3. And I think I'm just going to hold up Gilded Goose activation. Got a land. They're fetching. Playing the Dwarven Mine. Oh, do they have a Veil? It's not going to work. Oh, they have a Ren and 6. Oh. Okay. Get land back, sure. So we're going to do 2 things here. We're going to create a food token. We're going to fetch, get the last thing out of our deck. I mean, might as well gain 2 life, gain 3 life. And now I don't want to kill the dwarf token right now. I'm going to play the Blood Artist first. Other land. Oh my goodness. 22 lands. This is the 22 lands issue. It's too many. I'll just play out Blood Artist since. Yeah, I mean, we get the value with the dwarf token. Hey, And we win. Okay, they probably didn't know how it worked with Leyline of the Void, but yeah, managed to get there versus creativity. It could be very games are usually very close versus creativity, and sometimes it almost feels unwinnable. But if you play fast and tight, try to guess what's in their hand, and play around that, you can usually use your resources correctly and cut them off at certain points. Bowmasters was actually quite huge, being a flash threat against this matchup. I hadn't played against creativity ever since the deck had gotten Bowmasters, and they feel like a very good inclusion to the deck. I'm more of a fan of 5-color creativity or the red, blue, green version, because that one's a lot harder I think for our deck. They just have like counter spells. They have the Veil. This deck also had Veil, but I don't think they drew it this game. They kept a hand with Leyline of the Void, which makes me think that they just kept kind of like mid-7. That's usually what you have to do when you play Leyline in your sideboard. If you have it in your opening 7, you just keep it, and you're kind of okay if you have lands, right? But the downside is your hand might not be as strong because you're just hoping on the strike of the lane land, which we can play around this deck. The ley line isn't the end of the world. Yeah, we managed to get there. Let's go on to the next game. I'll see you guys in a second. Hello, welcome back. Game 4. We are on the draw. We lost the die roll, so we're probably on the draw. They start with 7 cards in hand, unknown opponent. So hand is kind of awkward. It has no mana dorks. We do have a turn 1 and a turn, or we have a turn 2 play. We have two turn plays. I think we'll risk it. We'll risk it. We're on the draw. If we were on the play, I wouldn't keep this hand. They're fetching, Steam Vent. Ooh, is this Murktide? Oh! Okay, so now I'm regretting my life decisions. It's not good. We'll just play this and hope that they don't hit anything off the tizzy. What the hell? Okay, it's Grixis Death Shadow, never mind. Oh, wait, turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. They might have Blood Moon. Bruh! That's really annoying. Yeah, play my Bowmaster. Yeah, alright. I'm going to prioritize killing the Ragavan here. So we will fetch Overgrown Tomb. Okay, we draw lands. That's really good. Drawing lands. I think I'm just going to main phase the Bowmaster just because I don't want to run into a counterspell. Oh my god. Alright, well, we have probably lost this game. That was the worst case scenario. They stole our Bowmaster. They spell snared our shit. Yeah. Not looking too good. Quarter Calling. Okay, at least they can't cast that. Oh, this is so gross though. Okay. If this does not resolve, I will probably concede. Subtlety. Okay, you got it. So that was awful. Um, I don't like that at all. Is this Grixis? I don't know if it's Death Shadow. But we are going to bring in interaction, so we will bring in. I kind of wish that I had Veil here. I did take out Veil to try out this new list, and it didn't have the other list didn't have Veil, so I had to make a cut for it. But I think I'm gonna try it like this. I don't know if this is exactly Death Shadow or if it's just like a Grixis value pile. But I'm going to assume they're playing DRCs, so I'm just gonna bring in 2 endurances. I think get my endurance count up to 3, and then we will cut 2 Eldritch because it's god awful into their counter magic. We will cut 1 Geist. Shield Druid probably isn't the best here. Yeah. Then we have this. We have a Fatal Push. We have 2 of the One Ring. Fatal Push. gonna strangle Geist. Ah. And keeper. Yeah. Yeah, let's try like that. That was horrendous. So normally we have Delighted Halfling or we have Yawgmoth to stop the Ragavan, but it was not in our hand. It was a little bit of a risky keep. And we did get punished for it. Specifically because it was Ragavan. If it was anything else, I think that was fine, but they stole our... We had a Bowmaster off the top that they stole. They had a Spell Snare in hand. And then they had the Subtlety up for our Grist. So it was just like 1, 2, 3 worst case scenario, all enabled by Ragavan. So we will keep that in mind going into this next game. Unkeepable hand, mulligan. Ugh. They're beginning with 7. I don't think we can keep this. We'll just mulligan this hand as well. Jesus. Alright, we gotta get lucky because I'm not going down to 4. So we will put back... We don't even have a black source here. Yawgmoth Bowmaster. Keep. So obviously when you get hands like these, it makes Dried Arbor look really bad. But I still believe that Dried Arbor is... The upside of Dried Arbor is still really good. So yeah, we have probably lost this game, unfortunately, but... Can't do much. I mean, we're not out just yet. Okay, so we drew the Bowmaster. Instead of putting the Bowmaster on the bottom, we just put it on top. We will play... We'll just move to combat, since we can't play anything with this anyway. We will play Yawgmoth, and then we will... Stern Skull... Okay. Go Dried Arbor. Can't counter Dried Arbor, at least. Yeah, this card's really good against us. Creeping Tar Pit! Endurance. Alright, I'm going to not attack here. This is 100% playing into the counter spell. Yeah, I can't play it here. Cord, ugh. Right now I wish I did play Endurance. Still passing it back. Very unfortunate. They probably have a Subtlety here. But, I mean, we can't. There's not much we could do anyways. We are very much on the back foot, so we just have to play into whatever they have, unfortunately. It looks like they have a Subtlety here. If that's the case, this is going on the bottom. Yep. Yep. Bottom. Land. Alright. We pissed off something. We pissed off something with the Magic Online client, because they just didn't want us to win this game. Get in for 3. Yep. They still have 5 cards in hand. This is really not good. At least we will hold up a cord for 1. Halfling. Play Halfling. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Stern Scolding. Yep. Okay. Go ahead, opponent. Ugh. Yep. Creeping Tar Pit getting in there. I can't block it. Land? Black Source? There we go. Okay. Um, I mean, we just have to do it now, right? Okay. Yeah, we can't do much about that. I guess I won't early concede, but I mean, it's not looking good. I don't even know what gets us out here. This is just what happens when you stumble against a tempo deck. Go to 3. Attempt to play halfling. Oh, we're just dead, huh? Yeah. Alright, they got it. Unfortunate. Oh man. I mean, that was fast at least, but holy moly. Yeah, game 1 I probably should have mulled that, actually, now that I think of, I mean, right, it's all hindsight. I mean, oh yeah, I didn't know if they were going to have the turn 1 Ragavan, but if they didn't have turn 1 Ragavan there, we were fine with that hand, I think. Any other turn 1 thing doesn't really do anything against our hand. And then in this game, we just had to mold a 5 and on a 2-lander, and one of our lands was Dried Arbor. We can't mold a 4 when they keep a 7, so we just had to hope we get luck. We had to hope to get lucky, and we did not. But not too much to say. Those were just fast games, so it didn't really have a kind of a non-game, unfortunately. I mean, maybe instead of playing out, what do they do? Instead of playing Bowmasters, I just wait. But then it just gives them the opportunity to untap and have more mana. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I could have done things a bit differently, but I feel like we were just behind that entire game. Oh well, let's finish up the last game. I'll see you guys in a second. Final game of the league. We won the die roll. Would you like to play first? Yes, sir. Always. Yes. Um. Hmm. So we're on the play. I mean, we have Yawgmoth into Strangleroot, but then we're kind of hoping if we draw a land, it's really good. I mean, we do have a Chord and an Endurance. I think we're gonna keep. So if we don't draw a land at the next 2 draw steps, we can Chord if we're desperate. But having an Eldritch here is pretty strong because we can go Yawgmoth, Strangleroot, Eldritch on turn 3 if we draw a land. So I think the upside is worth it. So we'll just play this, play Yawgmoth, and pass it back to our opponent. We don't know what they're on. They're on 60 cards, no companion. Seems to be the trend nowadays. Let's see, are we... Yeah, recording, cool. Ooh, Rafine's Tower, tapped. So that makes me think... Halfling, okay. Halfling. That makes me think we're against some type of Reanimator. Whenever I see Esper, I always think like, oh, Reanimator. But it could also be like a 5-color pile. So we can play out Strangle. We did not draw a land, but we can play out Strangleroot. I think I will. I'll just play out Strangleroot here. So worst case scenario, best case scenario, if we draw a land next turn, we can Eldritch for a Yawgmoth and be in a really good position. Worst case, we'll hold up. Worst case, we'll play Delighted Halfling, hold up Chord of Calling for 1. Let's see what our opponent is doing. Might be some type of control deck, not sure. Plains Island Swamp, so not playing Ren in 6. At least not this turn. Island. Okay, so it's definitely a control type of deck. Okay, land is great here. However, now that we know it's control, I really don't want I don't want to play the Eldritch here. Or do I? Let's play Halfling and see what happens. They're probably going to counter it. They did not counter it. I will swing out here. Play a land. We'll pass it back. You have a binding? They got a binding the halfling? I'm happy with that. No, they can't binding. They don't have the... Oh, fatal push. It's fine. That's probably why they did not counter. Lordian revealed. Island cycling. Don't really know what I'm against. Could be a variation of the blue-black control deck. Hollowed Fountain. Oh, is this just control, but without Kahira? Oh, it's any. Oh wow, that's really strong. That's right. I forgot the new cyclers where you can just get a shock land. And they opt to not play. So this tells me that they have a binding. Yeah, they probably have a binding. I should have fetched there. I don't know what I was doing. Ooh, okay. So Grist. So they have Hollowed Fountain in hand, and they probably have either a counterspell or a leyline binding. Swamp, forest, island. So they're still missing. I'm gonna go to combat first and see what they do. Like Eldritch is such a dead card here, I don't even want to try casting it. So I think I'm just gonna pass turn. And then I will try to... I'm going to try to Endurance on their turn. Get them to use a counterspell. Like we could play Endurance now, but if they have a... If they have a what do you call it? The board wipe. Supreme Verdict. If they have a Supreme Verdict, then it's just really bad for us. Because we know that they have the Hollowed Fountain. So best case scenario, they play Hollowed Fountain tapped, and then they pass turn. Because then we could flash in Endurance, bait out a counterspell, resolve Grist. But we'll see. Biggest thing in these matchups, in these control matchups, is just to resolve a Grist. It's just once you have a Grist out on the field, it is a lot harder for them to do much of anything. Playing Teferi here? Oh, the One Ring. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, not that I can do much about that anyways, but that's great because now we can resolve both Endurance and Grist. So we go to end step, we'll fetch. We will get a Swamp. Yeah, Swamp. We will flash in Endurance. I don't want to target anyone with this. We have 4 cards in hand. Draw a card, sure. No one. Go to our turn. Hapatra is interesting, but not really what we want. So I think we're just gonna resolve Grist here. Unless they have a subtlety, which would suck. Not. And we will yield through the end step because Bowmasters would have been so good. But we cannot do anything. They're getting kind of low here. So I want them to play another ring. If they're starting to feel pressured, I mean they're at 8. They're going to be, if they activate the ring again, they're going to go down to 6 next turn. So let me see what they do. They most definitely have a counter spell. We've just been trying to play around that the whole game with Eldritch, or not casting Eldritch. have a land, so they might have a Solitude. They're fetching, so they have a 5 mana spell. Probably Solitude. 1, 2, oh, Teferi. So I could Chord here for 0, get Dried Arbor. But I think, no, they still have 2 mana up. I don't think I care about that. I'd rather use Chord instant speed for something more important. Return that, sure. Draw more cards. Already played the land for turn. Hmm. Seven, 6, 5. Do I want to just swing both at them? Yeah, I was thinking take out Teferi. I don't really care. I just want to put them into lethal range. Twilight Mire is excellent. Yeah, 7. I think I'm just gonna attack both of them. And I'll plus here. And then I will just cast the Endurance, even though it probably will get countered. But if it gets countered, I'm happy that they're doing that. Because it emits more damage for Grist. So they have to answer Grist, or else they just die. So we will not choose anyone. Let's see what they do. No binding? They have a binding, damn it. Don't get Grist. Opponent, what if you don't get Grist? Damn, okay. They saw the line. But it's okay, we still have Chord, we have Eldritch. We could even try to bait. I think we're gonna get a little tricky with it. So depending on what they do this turn. So they most definitely have to play a ring, another ring, if they don't want to die. I'm just not going to attack if they... 3. Yeah. So I'm assuming that they have a Solitude in hand, so I'm just not going to attack next turn. And I'm going to... They're fetching. Oh, so they're... Okay, so they have to have another ring here, because if they don't, they're just dead to the ring. Or they have a Teferi, they bounce the ring back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, Sheoldred. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Damn. All right. So let's make this makes things more annoying. I did not expect to see Sheoldred in a mostly blue-white shell. Hmm. They have to move to discard. Another chord is interesting. So I know 100% that they have. We 100% know that they have a counterspell. Like they're a Esper control. They most definitely have a counterspell here. But Sheoldred makes things really awkward. I kind of want to get rid of the Sheoldred. We have a few options as to what we could do here. So we could Eldritch. We could try to get Yawgmoth, but we have to Eldritch our Endurance. But if they counter that, then we can't. We can only court for one. And it puts us in a bad position. We could Eldritch our Young Wolf, get back our Young Wolf. They probably counter it, but then we have 2 mana up. Alright, so this is my thinking. Yeah, so we're going to Eldritch the Young Wolf. If it resolves, then I will get Grist, I think. It's not going to resolve, which is fine. That's what we thought. So that's fine. And now we can chord here. So now we're going to chord for 2, get a Bowmaster. We have to do this main phase because they have a Teferi in play. We will get a Bowmaster. I think we just ping them. Then we just pass turn. I take 3. They probably have a removal spell for the Bowmaster here. I find it hard to think that they don't. I really did not expect Shieldred, damn. Pretty brutal. Sorry about my dog. So they take... I mean, they have a full grip of cards. I find it hard to imagine they don't have an answer for whatever we have here. Like, it's probably going to be impossible to resolve the chord. Yeah, they have their own Orcish Bowmaster. Ugh. I don't know why they... I don't know why they tanked so long on that. Tank, Orcish Bowmaster. Like, it's not that hard. Oh well. Now they're going to draw a bunch of cards. Not going to concede just yet since we're not technically out of the game, but I find it hard to imagine that we come back from this. Play another land. They fetch immediately. They might just have a Solitude here. Plus. Esper Charm? What the hell is this? I discard 2. Okay. This person's on another level. Jesus. Esper Control. And they are still representing Counterspell here, so we need a Hail Mary from the top. I mean, that's a pretty good card. I don't know if it's going to resolve, though. So our best thing here is... I mean, we just have to go for 4. If they have a counterspell, then... Which they probably do. They only cast 1 counterspell. Yep. Alright. Well, played against this matchup before. Let's see. I think we want to bring in our own rings. We will bring in Haywire Might. They do have their Leyline Binding deck, so I'll bring in both Forces, and then I'll bring in 2 Thoughtseizes, I think. Let me see. Again, I wish I had Veil of Summer here. I had it in my old sideboard. Let's see. We'll see how many cards we have. 8. you want to take out both of the Eldritches. You want to take out all of the walls. They don't really do much here. Blood Artist usually doesn't do much in this matchup. Like, we could combo, but they have so much interaction, it's going to be hard to get like all the pieces out. So like this, and then they're not going to have that many targets with Innkeeper, plus it's a liability with the Orcish Bowmaster. And we take out... Hey, where am I? Maybe... No, I want to keep in both forces, I think. And then... one Strangle Root, I think. Since we went down on the Eldritches. I think it's fine. You also put in more Endurances. They didn't really have that many. They didn't have that much graveyard shenanigans, but Endurance is usually against blue, like blue X control. Endurance is just a good flash threat. I think I wanna try out something. Oh, okay, yeah, like this is. So this doesn't have a Yawgmoth, right? But we are in a really good position if we ever draw one. So I think we're gonna keep this. Again, we also have an Orcish Bowmaster, which is really good. We're just going to start off by resolving a halfling, and then we'll see what happens after that. They mold a 6. Still haven't drawn any of the 1 rings. We've sideboarded it in for 3 of the games, I think, but we haven't drawn it in any of the games. So it'd be kind of cool to see it in action. We're starting with 6, so we'll just play out a Peat land. We'll play out the halfling and pass the turn. Kind of awkward here with the double Twilight Mire and Yawgmoth, but okay. Boseiju. Do I want to hold on to that? I think I will hold on to that for now. Do I want to? Or do I want to just resolve Bowmasters this turn? I don't want didn't see them draw too many cards. I think I will... Yeah, I think I'm going to play out Twilight Mire, I'm going to play Yawgmoth, and then I'm just going to get in there for 1. Since we can't use this to tap... We can't tap the Twilight Mire with our Halfling anyways, so I'll just get in there for 1. I think I want to just hold up Bowmasters for a Teferi. We have nothing to do, so we'll yield to the end step. Also with this matchup, when you draw Thoughtseizes, you don't want to use them right away. You usually want to use them to resolve your spells. So you want to wait until you have enough mana to do Thoughtseize plus the other spell that you have, and then from there you can... Excuse me, Leyline Binding, sure. We're happy with that. They're probably going to go for the Halfling, yeah. And we will just play the other Halfling. Again, kind of awkward with the double Twilight Mire. Okay, so since we drew another Boseiju, we'll just play out that Boseiju. We will go to combat. We will attack for 1. Get in there, Yawgmoth. And we will play out the other Halfling. And we'll hold up the Bowmasters. Hopefully they run out of Teferi here, that'd be great. They are not, so we will not do anything in response. Blooming Marsh. We will go to combat. We will attack with both. We'll play out the Blooming Marsh and we will pass the turn. It's fine if they want to fetch. They'll have Beseiju if we need to Beseiju anything. They have 6 cards. If they play the One Ring, we can flash in the Bowmasters. 1, 2, 3, 4. One Ring, yep. So we will flash in the Bowmasters now so we could ping them. And then we're just gonna have to ping ourselves with the Bowmasters, but still pressures them. Yep. A Patra. I didn't see any board wipes, but do I really want to be playing into one? I don't think so. And we're not really worried because we can cast her, she's uncounterable with our halfling. They're gonna draw a card, we'll just ping ourselves. As we could have pinged the halfling, we should have pinged the halfling, my bad. Let's grow our orc army token. They lose a life. Also could have been correct to mull for a grist, or for a Thoughtseize, or for more interaction. I thought with the Bowmasters we would have been fine with these. I mean, we also have Beseiju, we have a Peatland. I mean, so it's not, we're still fine, but ugh. Yeah. I'll draw. Don't want to draw a card. No, it's fine. Fatal Push, sure. Kind of annoying. Land. Oh, are they holding up their own Bowmaster? Okay. In that case, I will not use a Peatland. Another halfling. I'm going to attack with just these two. Yep. They draw 2 more. Fetching. They found something. Lanes. So now we will just draw a card here, since they tapped out of black mana. Cord is really good, finally. Probably gonna ping our Yawgmoth, which is fine. It's just gonna come back. It's actually even better for us now that we have Cord. Gonna throw their thing at that, okay. So we could hold up a Cord for 2 here. The thing is, I'm pretty sure that they have a counter spell. But if they have a counter spell, we're not resolving Cord anyways. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play out the other halfling. Oh wow, that's really smart of them to play around the Cord for 2. That we didn't have. I mean, we could have legend ruled our Beseiju, but didn't want to. Want to hold it up for a binding. I wish I had Veil. So they 100% have a counterspell here, but I'm just gonna make them use their mana. Twilight Mire makes it awkward. Not in the greatest of positions. Tank, 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 counterspell. Wow, resolved, okay. Yeah, we'll just get the Bowmaster. We will ping their Bowmaster first. They probably just have a removal spell for the Bowmaster then. Yeah, they have their own another Bowmaster. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, there's, again, not much we could have done this game. We just had to, we didn't really draw much. Yield until end step. But at least now they can't play a Shieldred. So they're actually, oh well, if they have an untapped Black Source, then they can. But they have to tap out for it. They have 12 cards in hand. I find it hard to believe that they don't have an untapped Black Source. 7, 6, 5. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. If we rip a Yawg off the top, we're actually in really good position because we can play Hapatra and Yawg uncounterable. They don't do anything. Okay. They have to move to discard. Leyline, flooded strand, flooded strand. Another land. Ay, ay, ay. 22 lands, too many. I don't know. Okay. So we can swing all here. They block here, here, and they take 2, they go to 6. Yeah, we're just gonna swing all and see what happens. They block the 2 biggest things, they take 2 from the Delight Halfling, unless they have something else in hand. Which they probably do since they have 7 cards. Fatal Push, yep. Okay, so they're only gonna take 1. Okay. They go to 7. Now we can play Hapatra here. It's into a counter spell, but I think that's fine. Oops. I wanted to get in with the damage. We just have to try to overwhelm them, I guess. If they have a counter spell, it's whatever. They don't counter it, they have probably a removal for it. They're taking 3 here. Another binding, okay. I mean, we have a Beseiju for that. Fine. They have Shieldred, it's pretty bad. But we can't do much about that anyways. Shock it, you won't. Okay. Damn it. They take 4, they go to 2, but then they play Shieldred, then they're gonna gain 10. Ugh. We'll just yield until end step. Because I'm not getting Hapatra back anytime before. We can't really interact with the One Ring. They're drawing more. Oh, they drew before Sheoldred. That's really good for us. Really surprising that they didn't have a Sheoldred in hand. Oh no, they can untap. Ah, they can wait. Oh, turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. Oh wait, it doesn't matter. I was gonna think like, oh, I can destroy this, but it doesn't matter. Ah, okay, yeah. Oh, oh, they played a land. Okay. On to Teferi. They're gonna bounce my thing. I mean, they can't. They already play a land for turn. Yeah. So they can't play Sheoldred untap the ring. Return. Oh, they're returning the ring. That's right. That's right. That's fine. They'll just play it again. They're not replaying the ring. Okay. All right. And then we will Boseiju. I mean, they probably have a Solitude or something, right, with their 10 cards. But we have to do this here, because we have no window to do it when they don't have 10 cards in hand. They have a fail push. They have a fail. I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. We couldn't do anything about that anyways. Oh, disgusting. Alright. Strangleroot off the top. Let me see. Sideboard. Strangleroot. How many do we have? We have 2. Oh! Oh! Strangleroot. Yes. Kind of. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ba-ba. Is now the Strangleroot the best thing to get here? I've not seen a Solitude from them. Is it the best thing to get here? I believe so. Hey, wow! They didn't have a Solitude. Okay, we're in it. We're in it. We are not out of it just yet. I think I do want another Endurance. Yeah, I do want another Endurance just to play at flash speed here. We had not really been drawing our forces. They still do have the Leyline binding. I think we're gonna cut 1 force. Go up 1 Endurance, take out 1 force. So let's see. Ugh. They're starting with 7. I mean, we have a 1 mana dork, but we can't keep a 1 lander. It's just a death sentence. We're gonna molt. Okay, 1 lander to no lander. Awesome. We'll just roll with this. So I think we're keeping this. We put back Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth Endurance and try to resolve Yawgmoth? No, that can't be right. We put back Yawgmoth in a land. Yawgmoth land. Oh, but then we're kind of screwed if we don't have, we'll put back the Gilded Goose. Ah, it's so hard. We'll put back, like we're just not resolving a Yawgmoth unless we have a 1-mana dork. So we'll put back Yawgmoth and put back the Young Wolf, I think. We do have Pendlehaven. So Yawgmoth, Gilded Goose. Like that. Okay. Leyline of the Void, alright. Okay. So a little bit punished for putting back Yawgmoth there. I think, so we can resolve an Endurance next turn if our Halfling lives, so I think we're going to start off with the Halfling. We could also just start off with Young Wolf there and then try to beat them down with Pendlehaven, but I want to start off like this. Fetching immediately, which makes me think they have a Leyline Binding. Or Fatal Push. Yep, it's fine. Other Endurance is really good here, just 2 flash threats. We'll play out the Swamp and the Young Wolf, pass it back to them. We will not be buffing our Young Wolf next turn, unfortunately. I want to be holding up the mana for the Endurance. We have 4 cards in hand. They do nothing. Other Young Wolf will go to combat. We will attack. No blocks. Play out the Pendlehaven and pass it back to them. They're drawing 2. Ooh, I wish I had. Ugh, I wish I had the Bowmasters here. I think I'm not gonna flash Endurance here. I'm gonna wait until their turn so they can use mana on their turn. Still have not drawn our 1 ring. Necromentia. Probably gonna name Yawgmoth. I wish I had Veil of Summer. I wish I had Veil of Summer. Ugh, gosh. But it's not. This technically isn't our list. We're trying out a modification of someone else's list. But I definitely am putting in Veil of Summer next time. They name Yawgmoth. That's fine. Not really. Here is an Endurance. Do they care? No, I'm just not going to target anything. Apatra. We're just going to hold up. We're just going to get in there for 4. Hold up the second Endurance. Just in case they have a Supreme Verdict. I get tapped. Flash in our other Endurance here. Probably into a counterspell, but that's fine. No counterspell, okay. Grist here is excellent if we can resolve it. Let's go to combat. Binding. Sure. So I could take them down to 5 here, but I'm gonna prioritize resolving a Grist. Oh. Okay, so nice. So they're just gonna Fatal Push that anyway. Then we will resolve a Grist, or try to. It does. Very nice. We have nothing we can do here. Not seen any Solitudes from them. I have 2 cards in hand. Hollowed Moon. Oh, they're just cycling Hollowed Moonlight. Okay. I'm gonna attack. Bad Arbor and plus. Did we get there? They don't do anything. Hey, we got there. Very nice. Dang. Okay. Yeah, I was not feeling the best after that game 1 and 2 there. I did not feel confident that we were gonna get there, but hey, we got there. Managed to make it there in the end. Very cool. So against those control shells that was a very unique one. I'd never played against an Esper control shell like that, but it looks pretty strong with the Bowmasters. Though I don't know about the Esper charm. I mean, it was really good against us when we were down, but yeah, Esper charm just seems kind of I don't know, not the greatest. But we got there. Let me pull up the deck list here. So this is what we tried out today. I was definitely feeling, I don't know if it was just, I mean, it's just my first league, right? So I felt like I was drawing a lot of lands, but probably it was just variance. 22 lands is probably fine, especially when we're going down on halflings. I just felt like we were drawing a lot lands a lot of the time. But again, it's like a 1 land difference, so it's probably not that big of a deal. Never got to cast the One Ring, unfortunately. We brought it in 3 matches, I believe, but we just never were able to cast. We never drew it, so we just never were able to cast it. Um, the list feels pretty solid. I love the 4 Bowmasters. The 4 Bowmasters is very strong. I don't know how to feel about only the 5 Dorks. I probably would take out Strangleroot Geist and either put in another Dork or put in another Wall of Roots, maybe. Because we're going down to 2 Eldritch anyway, so I feel like going down to 2 Strangleroot Geists is pretty fine. Sheoldred, we had her in the main board. I don't recall ever casting her in game 1s, but just a good as a tool, a good as an option. The 1 Endurance, I felt a little bit like there was definitely some situations where I wanted an Endurance and we only had the 1 in the deck, but list felt pretty solid. Sideboard, again, I would have loved to have a Veil of Summer. Definitely would have had that in there. I probably would take out. Like, do we really need 4? No, we probably do need 4 Endurances. What am I saying? Um, yeah, the list is just so tight. Like, I don't know what I would fit in for the Veil. I probably just wouldn't play the One Ring, but that's what we were trying. We were trying it out to test out the card. I'll probably do another league of this to run it back just to get more One Ring gameplay since we didn't play it at all. Uh, but yeah, this is another full league. We went 4-1. Let's crack those chests, see what we get. Open all. Yep. Nothing. I don't think. I remember that guy from Dragon's Maze. Uh, Bringer of Green. Jesus, that cycle. Yeah, 25. Nice. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate everyone leaving the comments and likes and everything in the last video. That video definitely was my best one by far. So hopefully I can keep the train rolling and it gave you guys more good Yawg League content. I love the discussions too and reading all the comments and everything. So thank you all for subbing and watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.